Okay, so I have my crayons, and I don't need this right now. Don't throw it away. We're going to use it in a second. But yours will probably be a darker color, so for when we use this, I'm going to change colors to something that will look better. But for the bat wings, just to have it where it's going to show up on the camera, I'm using the tan paper. So I'm going to fold it in half. And we're going to draw one bat wing and cut it out. Now you have to make sure where your fold is. So on your fold, that's going to be halfway where that wing is. So if you get it backwards, don't panic because we're going to be cutting it anyway. But this will help hold it steady when you cut it. So I'm going to draw the wing. And when you look at your fold, you want to sort of get pretty close to the top, but then you want to draw a line that curves up to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line for about here, okay, so that I can get pretty close to the top, but not all the way. And then I'm going to arch a line up to it. And then I'm going to look down here at this one all the way in the corner. I'm going to make a big wing. So I'm going to make that go up there to that top edge. Okay, so this will be a nice big bat wing. And then I'm going to do the bottom part. Bat wings, bird wings and bat wings look a lot like your hand. So we kind of want to make points that are going to look kind of like fingers. So you could do 3 or 4 like a person's hand is. But this is going to be, a little bit of it's going to be glued to the bat. So you might not want to have it right up against there. I'm going to move out a little bit and make a big arch so that I'm going to have my fingers. I'm just going to do the upside down U's, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to make that last one meet up with my bottom corner. 4. All right, so just a couple of upside down U's, and I'm ready to cut it out. So it sort of looks like they have fingers. So bird wings, you know, when you're looking at that, or dragon wings or anything like that, you got to make some skin that's going to attach in between them, like a webbing. It's a great way to learn is to study birds and bats. So we'll go ahead and cut that out. Oh man, I'm going to look at these. These are going to be, this needs to be eyes, and if you want to add teeth, great way to do teeth is the corners. They're already pointed. So go ahead and have those ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out my wings. Okay, so while I'm cutting, I did my top piece, and I want to make sure I get under here to get these points. If you're not going to show the points of your bat wing, it doesn't really look very much like a bat anymore. And I'm just going to go along with what I think it should look like more than what I drew. And I'm going to cut it all the way to the corner. So we'll go to our corner and get rid of my extra pieces. These are just scrap. Make sure that you tidy these up afterward. So here's my wing. And then if I open it up, it'll be the same on the left as it is on the right. So we call this symmetry, where it's going to have a mirror reflection like your hands. So when you have your hands, you get the same numbers of fingers and thumbs in the same place, but it's a mirror. So this looks really good, but if we put it on the bat right now the way it is, it's too small. So we do need to cut those in half. So if you didn't cut on the fold and you cut the other way, don't worry about that today. You still have your 2 wings. I'm going to go ahead and cut them apart. And I'm going to go ahead and put them on the bottom of my bat. Now, you might say, well, why don't you put it in the middle? Well, we're going to give him a tongue. And we've got to make sure that our bat can fly. So I want to decide, I'll move those papers out of the way. Do I want my bat to have his wings facing down, where it looks like he's going to be going towards somebody? Or do I want to have him going the other way, where you can really see the wings up close when you look at the bat? So I could have them in either direction, but I want it to match like my hands. So which way do I want my bat wings to be? So I did this one in this direction where they're pointing down. So I think I'm going to put mine back up for this bat. And I'm going to glue them to the bottom of my mouth that I made. I'm just going to point those down. And I want to put a good amount of glue. Don't forget, Construction paper does not always like to hang on to glue, or maybe it's glue that doesn't like the construction paper. So I'm putting a pretty good amount of glue on this edge here. And I just want to tuck my paper on top and push. Do the same thing over here. A good amount of glue on the side. Sorry if my fingers are in the way. And put my construction paper on top of where I can see my glue and push. So you want to make sure it's a good push, but definitely a good amount of glue. Don't need to mash that glue stick. I mean, I'm still at the end of this glue stick here, and I've got a good long way to go. Everybody says, oh, it's gone at that point. No, it's not. There's still a good amount, but you don't want to roll your glue stick out too far or mash it. You want to be gentle so that it will work for you the way that you want. All right, so for our tongue, okay, it's a little bit smaller than our piece that for the width of the head. So that actually looks pretty good like that. You could leave it alone if you want to, but I'm just going to cut a little curve to make it look like a tongue. So if you want to leave it alone and leave it just a flat rectangle, that would look pretty good. But I could do this. Now it looks like he might actually be going bleh.